There are lots of happy retirees out there, but there are some miserable ones too. But universally, what we have found is that the happy and successful retirees didn't find happiness from things they added to their lives in retirement. They actually found the most amount of happiness in the things they stopped doing or subtracted from their lives. But the good news is, you don't have to wait until you are retired to stop doing these. You can do them all right now, and it will actually accelerate your timeline to retirement, and you'll be happier overall as well. But I gotta be honest, guys, I gotta warn you. The last one is going to create a lot of hate down in the comment section, and that's okay. You guys come to me for the truth without the hype, and that's what you're going to get in this video. So if retirement seems like a dream to you, well, we have a complete system that will have you retired and enjoying life in 1 to 5 years without a massive nest egg either. And there's just a few more founder spots open that come with free lifetime access as well. So get yours now before they run out and the price goes up. It's the pinned comment down there for the Blacklist. Check it out and see if that founder spot is right for you. So first up, stop taking time for granted. Everyone, it seems, says next year for everything. I mean, next year I'll get in shape, right? Next year I'll start that business. Next year I'll change jobs or go after that raise on my job or whatever the case is. Everybody says next year about everything, but yet they end up doing nothing. When you do that, you are actually taking time for granted, guys. And a lot of you guys have been saying a lot of these things for a very long time, and ask a lot of older folks. You're going to be 60 before you know it, or 70 before you know it. And then you're going to be playing a whole different game because you took time for granted in the first place. The time to get in shape is not next year. The time to get in shape is right now. If you're 40 something, get yourself in shape if you aren't already there, because you don't want to be 70 trying to get yourself in shape because you can only make up so much time. You want to go after that business, go after that new job, do it now. You're taking time for granted, and before you know it, life is going to be done. You're going to be at the end, and you're going to be the person sitting there saying, I wish I would have done blank. I wish I would have done blank. I wish I would have done blank. You're going to be left saying a lot of, I wish I would have, instead of actually doing it. And it all starts with taking time for granted. I understand I did the same exact thing when I was younger. Oh, I'm 20 something. I got plenty of time to do that. I got plenty of time to do this. Life accelerates the older you get, especially those of you guys that are older that watch my channel, which a lot of my channel members are older. You guys know that. Life is not slowing down. It is getting faster and faster and faster. And therefore, when you start looking at the chart of time per se, right? I mean, hey, if you're at 40 right now, half your life's gone, at least. And if you're 50 something, 60 something, you don't have a whole lot of time left. And then if you want to talk about quality of life, depending upon your health and everything else, you may have a very, very small window of quality of life left for you to actually enjoy a lot of the things that you keep putting off because you're not taking your time seriously. So stop doing that and start taking your time serious. Next up, stop neglecting your health. What good is it to retire if you can't get off the couch without getting winded, guys? And trust me, you see a lot of older folks. Travel is going to be a nightmare and suck if you're in bad health. You can't even play with your grandkids. I see that all the time. I'm like, oh my gosh, that kid's going to get hit by a car because there's no chance in the world grandpa there is going to be able to catch him because he can barely move. You got to take care of your health right now. Quality of life is more important than money to spend as you age. Ask any older retiree what they would trade for. They would trade quality of life for a good chunk of money any time of the day, but it seems like we prioritize that money piece more than we actually prioritize our health. Cannot neglect your health. You cannot wait until you're 70 to fix all your health problems. It's not going to go well for you. Your quality of life is going to be very, very poor. Start making the changes today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait till next year. Make those changes today because that health is critically important to how your later years are going to play out. Next up, stop playing the what if game. Here's one thing that I've noticed, and it's universal, and I've noticed it throughout my entire life. The people that what if everything in life go nowhere in life. Sorry, that's just the sad truth of it all. They never took a single risk because what if this happens? What if that happens? What about this? Well, I heard that was dangerous. Well, what if this? And they just end up using it as an excuse to do absolutely nothing except stay right where they're at. Instead of eliminating the risk, which is what you should be doing, and instead of saying, how can I do this? How do I mitigate all those what ifs? Those folks do the exact opposite, and they never move beyond what if. They never explore what's the actual truth. They never explore, is there a way to get around that or not? They never actually do any due diligence on anything. They just say, what about this? What about that? And then they do nothing. Talk to anybody on their deathbed, read the books on all the folks who are on their deathbed, and all the people who what ifed everything are now saying whenever they're on their deathbed, I wish I would have tried, instead of what ifing everything all the way around. It is a common theme in every single book you read about that, every single, older folks that you talk to, talking to other folks who deal with older folks on a daily basis. It is the same story, rinse and repeat. They ultimately end up with a life of regret because they see in their final days all the opportunities that they missed, and they regret not ever going after things. And they understood and they realized that all my what ifs were probably not founded. And it's actually prevented me from having the life that I wanted. And now that I'm at the end and I can't change anything, I wish I would have changed it. And now you're filled with regret. Now, this concept right here, not being a what if person, but being a how to person, is a non-negotiable in the Blacklist Freedom Retirement Program. It's about solving the problem, not finding a reason to not work the program and make it work. It doesn't only work for some and not others. It works for everyone and every situation. It has been tested. It is proven true over time. We have experts in there that do that. And the biggest key to success is the folks who turn the what ifs into how do I make it happen? Those are the folks who have the highest degree of success, the easiest success, not easy in terms of work, easy in terms of it happening quickly and much faster than expected and much more smoothly than expected, are all the folks who took that attitude of screw what if, I'm just going to kind of use what if as a way to, hey, let me make sure I eliminate that risk. Let me figure out how to work around that. Let me figure out how to make this work in my situation. Those folks are the ones who are living massive, fully retired lives right now on a lot less than anybody can imagine. Their whole family thinks they're crazy. Everybody thinks they're crazy for what they were doing, but yet they're right there living it. No problems at all. And in hindsight, you kind of go, why didn't I do this 20 years ago? Would have been so much better. But they eventually got to that point, and the biggest thing that they avoided was what ifing everything. And instead they go all in on how do I make it happen? I want you guys to avoid dying with tons of regret by asking, how can I, instead of what ifing everything to death like we all do. Next up, stop wasting your money on stupid things. One of the first steps that we do in the Blacklist is a financial audit of everything. And inevitably, most people are either upside down and don't know it at all. Basically, they're spending more money than they're taking in. They had no idea either. That's the case, I would say probably 80% of the time or so, is they had no idea. Or they think only a couple $100s a month is going towards stupid things every month. Basically, they're not spending a whole lot of money on that. But then when they actually dig into it, it's actually a couple $1,000s a month. And usually they have to search to figure that out, what it is, because they don't even know what the heck they spend a couple $1,000s a month on. They just know it's there. It's in the math. They see it and they know it. And remember, that's all before you break down the biggies, like cars, new cars and toys and all kinds of other stupid things like that. Now, I get it. A car is absolutely necessary. You got to have one in the vast majority of the United States. But statistically, we get a new car every 2 to 3 years or so. I mean, is that necessary? I mean, do you need whatever the latest hot feature is or whatever the heck the latest hot model is? I mean, why am I doing just fine with a 2002 old beat up used car and you need a new one every 2 or 3 years, despite us being in completely different income scenarios most likely? Is it a need or a want in terms of what you choose? Yes, the car is a need, but then what you're choosing, are you choosing to meet that need or are you choosing what you want? And that makes a massive difference in your ability to build wealth. When you kind of conquer just the big stuff and you kind of just do a financial audit and break it all down, you find thousands of dollars in the end that we can absolutely flip your financial lives upside down quickly and really accelerate your path to retirement by doing that. All right, so this next one is going to be controversial, but it's the truth, guys. And just hear me out all the way to the end. And then if you want to go down and blast me, go right on ahead. But I got to give you guys the truth right here. And that is to stop wasting your energy on people who are going nowhere. And unfortunately, this means family as well. Now, to be upfront, I'm not saying don't love them. I'm not saying don't help when you can. And I'm not saying never visit them. But many people will waste all of their time and energy trying to help someone, family or friend or otherwise, that don't want to be helped by anything except you giving them money or you doing all the work for them. That is not healthy for anybody, and that will absolutely prevent you from ever being able to retire, and it will suck you dry in the end. I limit my time with many people, both family and friends because it just drains my energy. And if a lot of you guys out there, let's say you decide you're going to join the blacklist, right? You're going to absolutely take hold and you're going to get your financial freedom here in the next, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, whatever timeline we figure out for you. You're going to do that because you want to actually retire. You want to break free from the 99%. You don't want to be like everybody else. You want to actually be able to retire and enjoy life. These people, the people we're talking about, will be the first people to say, you're crazy to house hack like we teach in the blacklist there. You're crazy to do that. Don't do that. That's stupid. That's a terrible idea. Don't sell your dream home and buy a couple of duplexes instead. That's dumb. Or they'll say something like, oh, you need to live life and don't worry about money. Oh yeah, and don't invest in the stock market. That's a scam. And on and on and on they go with everything that will actually get you to retirement and financial freedom. They're there pulling you back instead. You should be expending your energy on people who help you achieve your goals, not expend energy listening to people who are not where you want to be or on the path of where you want to be. That's basically the way I kind of delineate that. If I'm going to discuss those type things and I'm going to have those type discussions, I'm not discussing them with people who are not already there or who are not on the path and are supportive of that journey there. If they're not, I'm not going to have that discussion. I'm not going to waste my time. I see this in the stock group all the time. I also have a stock group as well. We do awesome in there. It's a lot of fun. But one of the biggest things a lot of our members say is, hey, they love the group because it's the only place they can come to and talk about that because their coworkers don't understand what they're doing with their money. Most cases, their family doesn't understand what they're doing with their money. Nobody understands it. So it's kind of where they come to have those types of discussions because they found where they were screwing up. They're thinking like everybody else. Oh, hey, let me buy the top in 2021. And then whenever stocks are on a, 70% discount, don't buy them then. That's dangerous. And all those other things of that nature, which always has people, buying high, selling low. That's the reason why, because everybody's listening to everybody else instead of doing what the 1% are doing over here, which is, I'm not going to buy that high. I'm going to wait until it comes down and then I'm going to buy that low. You have to surround yourself and keep yourself as much as possible around folks who are helping you achieve those goals and have the same exact mindset with you. And that means your circle is going to be very small because there's very few people out there that actually do that. And yes, that means you're going to have to start limiting time with some family and some friends that you really, really enjoy if you want to achieve financial freedom and have that happy retirement and to be able to enjoy that retirement more importantly. And just a few more founder spots are left for the blacklist if you want a complete blueprint laid out for you step by step and have me and our team of experts walk through all of it with you step by step, every single piece of it. We will be there with you along the way to help you get from zero to financially free in as little as 1 to 5 years. We have members that have actually done that. We have experts that have actually done that. So we know the program works. Get your founder spot where you get free lifetime access and everything else. Check out the pinned comment down there and see if a membership's right for you. So thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video.